2025 is going to be an absolutely huge year for Apple with up to 4 events and 25 products that are rumored to be coming. So buckle up, grab some popcorn because you're not going to want to miss these products so you don't upgrade too soon, especially what's coming in the second half of the year. So let's get started with product number 1, and that is the M4 MacBook Air, which according to Mark Gurman from Bloomberg, who is the most reliable Apple leaker, is coming early in 2025 before the spring event, which points to either a January or early February release date. So we're gonna be getting that new MacBook Air. Don't expect any design changes, likely just the M4 chip, which is crazy fast in that same awesome chassis. Now let's move on to product number 2, and this one is for sure coming in either March or April for Apple's early spring event. That's gonna be the iPhone SE 4, which is gonna be coming with the same design from the iPhone 14. So we finally get rid of that home button. We have an edge-to-edge OLED display with Face ID built in, the USB-C port, a new chip. It's basically gonna be the best budget iPhone ever. Now let's move on to product number 3. That's actually gonna be the M3 iPad Air. Now Mark Gurman has leaked this. It's coming in the same 11-inch and 13-inch sizes as we have right now, but with the M3 chip. So it's gonna be very fast. Not quite as fast as the M4 iPad Pro, which Apple wants to keep it that way, but it is gonna be updated. So if you're looking for an iPad Air right now, definitely wait until next spring for that new chip. Moving on to product number 4, we have a new Magic Keyboard coming for that iPad Air. As you know, it supports the old version of the Magic Keyboard right now, which isn't really that great. It has a small trackpad. It does not have a function key row, while the new one does. It's better in every single way. It's only available on the iPad Pro right now, but it is coming for the iPad Air. I think it's definitely worth waiting for that new Magic Keyboard. Now moving on to product number 5, we have the budget iPad. Yes, this is gonna be the 11th generation model, which is gonna stay the same this year in terms of the actual design, so don't expect any changes. But the chip is going to be upgraded likely to the A16 chip, which is a lot more powerful than the A14 that the current iPad 10 has, and it'll likely stay the same $350 price, or maybe Apple even discounts it down to $300, which would be amazing. Now for product number 6, we have new AirTags, the AirTags 2, that are rumored to be coming sometime in 2025. Most rumors point to the springtime, which is when the previous ones came out. It makes the most sense to me personally, and those are gonna be updated with a new ultra wideband chip, which is gonna be a lot better at tracking. If it's lost somewhere, it'll be more responsive. Like the current one sometimes has issues with it not being found. This one's gonna be upgraded in every single way. Now, product number 7 is a hit or miss on whether it's coming in the spring event or in June for WWDC, and that is the new Mac Studio with the M4 Max and a brand new M4 Ultra chip that we have not seen yet. We're super excited to see how powerful this is because the M4 Max is already the world's fastest CPU. Now this is gonna be even faster, so I'm really excited to see when that comes out. And we could also see product number 8 go alongside that, which is a new studio display, likely with 120 Hz ProMotion technology, which is gonna be awesome since the current one is limited to 60 Hz. And keep in mind, those 2 products are either coming in the spring or in June for WWDC. Now, for things that we might see in the middle of 2025 at WWDC in June is product number 9, which is a brand new HomePod mini refresh, which has been in the leaks, and Mark Gurman said it is coming sometime next year, and he did mention that it's coming with a new kind of wireless chip that's combining the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi together, and that new chip, he says, is coming in the HomePod mini before it comes to the iPhone in the fall, so that points to WWDC. We're most likely gonna see some updated drivers in terms of the speaker quality and some new software features, maybe a better display. Now for product number 10, we're also expecting an Apple TV update at the same time as the HomePod Mini. And Ming-Chi Kuo and Mark Gurman have leaked this, potentially even being an Apple TV stick for under $100. Yes, you know the Amazon Fire TV stick. It's very nice and convenient. It's small, you plug it in, keep it on there like the Apple TV 4K. This is just a small stick, and knowing Apple, it's gonna work incredibly well with tvOS, and I'm super excited for this to come, but there is a chance that it might come a little bit later in the September event, but we don't really know. Now, finally, for WWDC, we will most likely see an announcement of the M4 Ultra Mac Pro. Now, there is a chance Apple might not even do an announcement and wait until the fall to ship this out, but Mark Gurman did say that the M4 Ultra Mac Pro is coming later than the Mac Studio, so they're not coming at the same time like what happened with the M2 series Mac Pro and Mac Studio. And alongside that, we have product number 12, which is a new Pro Display XDR, yes, 32-inch for that new Mac Pro, and that one will likely come with 120Hz Pro Motion, according to leaks from Ross Young. And now let's move on to the awesome list of products that are coming in the September 2025 event. But first, have you heard of the term phishing? No, not fishing in the lake, fishing with a PH, which is basically an online scam that seems legit, but they steal your data. Well, thankfully, our sponsor, Keeper Security, has a built-in password generator that creates strong, unique passwords that are phishing resistant and stores them in an encrypted vault, automatically filling your credentials on any device when you log into your accounts. It could also store vital encrypted info like credit card details, personal notes, files, and more. So try it today using code MAXTECH40 for 40% off Keeper personal and family plans by using the link below. Now, moving on to the September event, we first have the iPhone 17 series, starting with product number 13, which is the basic iPhone 17. Now, we don't know much about this one other than that it's gonna get upgraded to a 6.3-inch display like the 16 Pro has right now, while the regular 16 has the old 6.1-inch display. So you get that display upgrade. We're also expecting the new A19 chip with 8 gigs of RAM to go into the basic iPhone 17. And it's still gonna have 2 cameras on the back and also an upgraded 24 megapixel camera for the selfie cam, which is gonna be across the entire iPhone 17 lineup. Now for product number 4, we have the iPhone 17 Air, which is gonna be a first of a kind device that Apple has never made. It's gonna be very unique. It's not just like a Plus that's a larger model of the regular 17. It's gonna be its own brand new device. It's gonna be super, super slim, about 6 millimeters, and it's actually only gonna have 1 camera on the back, which is pretty unique. It's supposed to be super thin, and it's supposed to have really nice and thin bezels. I'm super excited to see what's gonna come with that new model. For product number 15, we have the iPhone 17 Pro, which is not really gonna see that many changes this year. We're gonna see some upgrades in terms of the chip with the A19 Pro chip, AI performance and everything, but I think the display is not gonna change that much. The main thing to expect is a redesign on the back with the camera layout being completely changed. Now, right now there's a lot of controversy in terms of how it's gonna look. Some people say it's gonna be at the top center. Some people say it's not gonna change and still have the triangular design. We don't really know just yet, but let's move on to number 16, which is the iPhone 17 Pro Max, or potentially rebranded as the Ultra. Why? Well, because we have leaks saying that this model specifically is gonna get a few upgrades that the rest of them are not going to get. Like, for example, 12 gigs of RAM will be exclusive to this model. And same with a brand new heat pipe cooling system, which is coming only on this model, and apparently it's also gonna have faster AI performance than the rest of the iPhone 17 lineup, which to me hints at it coming with a brand new Ultra name and potentially a unique A19 Ultra chip. We don't really know much details yet, but I think it could be faster and a new model. Now for product number 17, we of course have the Apple Watch 11. That's going to be an update where we're expecting a huge redesign to the band system. Yes, all the old bands will no longer be supported. It'll have a new magnetic band system according to Mark Gurman. It'll likely have some new software updates, a new chip. It'll be thinner, but don't expect much else to change. We also have product number 18, which is gonna be the Apple Watch Ultra 3. It's also gonna have that new redesign, potentially some new features, of course the new chip, but it'll be a small update other than the full redesign. Next up, product number 19 is the Apple Watch SE 3, which was supposed to come in September, but it didn't. It was delayed, so it most likely is coming in 2025, and it's gonna be a very basic update with a new chip, but potentially switching to plastic on some of the models instead of aluminum, which should lower the price by a lot. Now for product number 20, we're actually expecting a brand new pair of AirPods Pro. Yes, this is gonna be the AirPods Pro 3, and it's supposed to be getting some sort of a redesign and potentially heart rate sensors built in, which can actively measure your heart rate and kind of be like a replacement for your Apple Watch if you wanna kind of track your activity, which is pretty cool. It'll of course have better software in terms of sound quality, probably some brand new speaker drivers with better materials, so it'll sound a lot better, maybe even lossless audio support. And now let's move on to the fall event, which is happening in either October or November. We don't know just yet. Now, once again, maybe the Mac Pro launch will be delayed until this fall event, but moving on to product number 21, we're actually expecting a brand new high-end HomePod with a 7-inch smart home display and an A18 chip, which is essentially supposed to be like a smart home hub or Apple Command Center to basically command and control all of your smart home devices with HomeKit, all from one device. It's also supposed to have a camera built in with center stage, so if you put it in your kitchen, it'll apparently follow you around the room, which is really cool. I'm excited to see how this sounds and how it works. For product number 22, we have the M5 iPad Pro refresh. Now, it might seem very soon, but keep in mind that the M4 iPad Pro came in the spring of 2024, so a year and a half later is the fall event of 2025, and we know that Apple likes to release their new iPad Pros every 1.5 years, so that'll be a faster chip, but don't expect much in terms of other design or feature changes. It'll likely be a very, very simple update. For product number 23, we have the M5 MacBook Pro, so they might release the M5 chip right away with the iPad Pro and the MacBook Pro at the same time. That's the $1,600 version, but once again, don't expect any design changes. I think we're just gonna be focused on battery life and performance for this new update. And product number 24 is actually the M5 Pro and M5 Max high-end 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros. The same story here. We're getting better performance, likely more graphics cores this time around since Apple focused on the CPU cores with the M4 series, better AI performance, and just generally better performance and battery life is what we should expect. And finally, for product number 25, this one might come in late 2025 in either the fall event or in December as a potential separate release, and that's the Apple Vision Air. Yes, that's Apple's budget version of their Vision Pro, which could cost as low as $2,000, which is a lot more affordable than the current Vision Pro. There is a chance that it could get delayed until the spring of 2026, but either way, it's a very exciting update. So with that said, those were 25 new products that are rumored to come in 2025. Let me know your thoughts down below on which one you're excited for the most, and click above to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.